What's going on, people? Oh yeah, the Spelunky port was good yesterday. It looked good. I didn't stick around to see any of it, but it looked good. Oh, look at all this stuff I gotta move. Why is that on the rover? What? I understand why that's on rover. We'll look at that later. Okay. Um. Okay. Yep, I know Casey's doing a stream today, so it's a big programming stream day. Maybe if we keep having big programming stream days, more people will actually program. It's possible. All right, so what I'm doing right now is for one of the games, we have a little baby lizard that walks around and do stuff. And because it was a port from a different game originally, it was implemented in a certain way that doesn't make sense now. It probably never was the right thing, but it... Anyway, I'm factoring that out into a different entity type. And that's just involving renaming some things, and of course it breaks compilation, and then we just keep refactoring till it works. So that's what I'm doing right now. Right. 1405. Rover.isLizard is never true. It's never true anymore. Okay, so for here, Whoops. I was deleting the wrong thing. Okay. Reversing. That's a whole thing. We're gonna maybe change the way that works. We're gonna put an incomplete here. It's never a lizard. Update rover speech. Oh yeah, that's one of the things I just changed. Okay. Well, so now we totally broke the baby dragon. But we factored it cleanly out of this other entity, and then we will have to unbreak the baby dragon. So let's see. So if I'm here, so that guy's still moving. He's pushing me, that's fine. Okay. So now we just want to make the baby dragon work better. Okay, so here, oh, right, because that's still a rover. We got to change that. We've got to go there, and then say it's a baby. And now it won't work if I reset the level. It's just sitting there. In fact, it's not supposed to have little rainbows coming out of it. But that's all fine. Okay. So let's, since that's the level that we have to make work. We will start there. You're studying parsers. Can you ask which parsing algorithm do we use? We don't use a parsing algorithm. Does Silkabon update the game state more often than rendering? No, okay. Here's what we do. We do one simulator step per render step, but the simulator step tends to iterate multiple times with like a maximum time step, because that was just the easiest way to do things for this game. But those multiple iterations comprise one update. Like we don't read input multiple times per frame, for example. We read input at the beginning of the frame, and then when we're moving entities around, we divide that into time steps. Is there going to be some music today? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I get in a music mood. If enough people keep asking me about a programming language beta, then I'll get annoyed and I'll just put on music and not want to talk to anyone. No, it's a good problem to have, people asking about it, but like everybody asks about it all the time, so I just can't answer it every time someone asks. Okay, my next mission is to make the baby dragon go correctly. And well, I sort of feel like we should just change it around. Because the way that it worked before was completely an artifact of yeah. Okay, let me describe what his basic behavior has to be in the abstract. It's got to be that he's just kind of moving around this room and chilling. All right. However, so he's supposed to just be walking around, minding his own business, just chilling. But if I put, wait, what's the key? If I put little gems in his little dog dish, he should go over there and eat them. That's all that this guy has to do. So we're going to sort of reprogram that. And actually, is the keyboard okay? No, it certainly is not. That was the point. Keyboard is not okay. How come the performance is bad? Because it's a debug build of a game and we haven't optimized the renderer. This is what game development is like. You're lucky we're getting 14 frames per second. Let me get a new tea. Just click the optimize button. Exactly. No, I certainly did have the debug mode on in streams before. It's just that as you go through development, things get slower for various reasons. That's just what happens. and then you have to make them faster again, right? It's just how it works. Okay. So let's fix the rainbow beam situation first. That should be easy. There we go. That should do it. Baby dragons don't have these. There we go. There we go. So now the next thing that has to happen, he doesn't even really need to walk around in an interesting way. He just needs to eat the gems that I put in his dog dish. So what I'm going to do, well, okay, we're going to do several things. We're going to load the level. We're going to I think we have some invisible arrows. See, all these were here. I guess we'll leave these for now, but these were here just to control the pattern of the guy. Maybe we do that again. I don't know. Like if you just look at where, you know, he would sort of walk around in this pattern. I suppose we could do that. But it might be more interesting, actually, to give him a different behavior. Okay. We're going to make some markers. For example, there. What are markers here? Are they this? How do I see my frickin' marker? Am I not able to see markers ever? That's annoying. Unless maybe if I set the mesh. What do we do in... I could just set the mesh to like... I don't know what these were for, but okay, we'll do that. Still can't see it. Great. Make it in, whoops. Make it invisible, then can we see it? Yeah, okay. So, we're gonna put a color on there. And that's going to be the place that we look for a gem. If we ever see a gem there, we're going to go eat it, right? Otherwise, we're going to go back here and just chill. All right. So this one's going to be called Gem Bowl. And this one's going to be called Wait Spot. Okay. Do I want to do anything else? We might put markers around here. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just make this happen. So he's going to kind of have two states. He's going to be like waiting here. In anticipation. Or if he sees a gem there, he's going to be going there. Gem bowl, wait spot. Okay. Okay. So when we say update friendly dragon, we're going to say this is going to be a different routine. Okay, so there. Do we have like find label? No, find type. I can't search. It's not always like why are search programs so bad? Just why are you regex? This keeps checking on. That's what's happening. I don't want regex. Okay. I'm just looking for if I just already have a really easy thing to look for an entity by name. I usually have that. But I don't see it. So we're just going to make that. So we're going to say whoops, this is the wrong one. Started. Okay. So this is speech. Oh, this is update baby dragon speech. Why do I keep editing the wrong routine? Okay, this one. All right. Now, did I call it gem bowl and wait spot? Wait spot. Okay. So if there's a gem in the gem bowl, yep, so we could say gem slot is find gem and slot at position. If there's no bowl, we just return. This should never happen. Same thing with this when we care about that, which we don't yet. So we're going to do this at manager proximity grid bowl position, and if gem, else we do this spot stuff. Navigate baby dragon DT spot, right? Otherwise, gem. What did I just do? Right, so then, well, we want to, in general, we just want him to be going between different points. So let's figure out which dimension is greater. And eventually we're going to want like some turning behavior because we're going to want to go to the wait spot. And if we're at the wait spot, we maybe want to turn back toward the gem bowl and whatever. But, okay. Let's say we're going to have a function called major. It's a little bit complicated. Like, say you're like 3 south and 1 west, so you kind of have to do a knight's move to get to the bowl. You don't want to start going north and then kind of go diagonally. You'd like rather go all the way north. So you kind of want to record what's the last direction that you went. Okay. Let's do that. So we'll say dir is get baby dragon move direction dragon position, and if blank we'll do that. If we don't need a move, return. And then we'll just call move vanity, right? And also turn toward. Okay, so move vanity, dragon position. We're going to hard code the duration. Linear move. And turn towards. Yeah. We're going to say theta is atan2 dir.y dir.x, and dragon theta target is that. Okay. Get baby dragon move direction. Okay, well, what's it going to be? So first we're going to say, if we ever had a baby dragon on an arbitrary wrapping level, we need to think about that here. But we don't ever do that. So delta is just going to be position minus dragon dot dot position. And then if abs delta dot x, see, you just can't. You want to pick. You know what? We're not going to. We're just going to make it work, and then we'll worry about the hysteresis of the direction, right? So if x is further than y, then we want to go. Turn v3 right, delta dot x 0 0 comma true, else if delta dot y turn v3 0 delta dot y true, forget to the bottom, false. Okay, so that's all that we're gonna do. Let's call this target instead of position. And this should be target. Okay. Find marker, I never made that. Oh. Navigate baby dragon. It's not called name, it's called entity name. All right. Can I do home tour? My current apartment is not very good. So why are there so many people here? Did Casey just end his stream or what's going on? All right. So, hey, he went there. And I pick it up and he goes back. And then he went there. And then he goes back. Isn't that great? Okay, I could actually check this in if I put back the post moves so that he eats the gem. You could beat Fortnite Company alone. I don't know if Fortnite Company has a lot of money, dude. I don't know if I could beat Fortnite Company alone. It seems pretty hard. Fortunately, they're a business partner and not a competitor. Should have invested the witness money in a Lord British-like castle. I should also have spent it going to space and getting a little robot with my face on it to move around the office and talk to people. What is my opinion on updating a game at a fixed... Seriously, did Casey's stream end, or is it just a lot of people watching stuff today? What is your opinion of updating game at a fixed time step and rendering as often as possible where the renderer integrates between the previous and current game states so that input could be processed more often than the frame being rendered? I don't think that's a good idea. So here's the thing. Updating is generally a lot cheaper than rendering. So if your model is that you're going to render multiple times per update, why would you do that? Because updating is cheap and rendering is expensive. It doesn't really make that much sense. You hear Tim Sweeney's working on his own programming language. Well, he was working on one a very long time ago that was a structured transactional memory language. I don't know if that's still a thing. I don't know if the one you mean now is a different one. It's all good either way. Casey showed the clip of me throwing my keyboard. All right. Okay. So we got to make this guy eat the gem now. And what's that going to be? That's going to be... we have this baby dragon post move. Actually, we don't have to do that. We could do... I could do that. So then, instead of baby dragon post move, we could say we already have the gem. Oh. Right, we want the slot as well. This is a pointer. So we change the slot power. We reevaluate all light power states. We destroy the gem. All right. Isn't that a great sound effect? It's a professional video game sound effect. Okay, I won the game. I won the game. All right. Who is saying... Somebody is saying winner, winner, chicken dinner that has a carriage return in it. Friendly dragon. Yeah, gotta take that out. Anyway, so I can check that in because the game is now playable again. Boop. Oh, I gotta update. Someone's been editing the ocean shader. Look, I just did that myself. Why are you... Okay. Doing it again. Okay. Didn't test Baby Dragon in X direction. That's because we're going to do that. We're going to maybe have him have some more behaviors. So if you just fed him a gem, and there's no gem, then he'll like eagerly wait right next to the bowl. Okay. So we're going to make a thing. We're going to say Baby Dragon behavior is an enum, and it's going to be like just fed waiting further away and wandering. All right. Okay. Just call it state. Okay. So okay. So if there's a gem, no matter what the state was, he's going to go toward it. He's going to eat the gem. Okay. We gotta add one more state. There's just fed, eager wait. So just fed means he's probably on the bowl. We're probably not actually going to use this state right now. All right. Baby dragon state. Just fed. And here we will say marker name. Just to avoid doing a dynamic string concatenation, we're going to do the following. If R is equal to case 0, marker name equals, let's just call it name. We're just going to make 4 markers called eager 1 through 4. Okay, and then target is find marker manager name. If target, then we're going to go to that target. Navigate baby dragon, dragon DT, target position. Okay, so this is going to be, we set just fed and we go to the thing. Okay, so here we're going to do different stuff based on what the state is, right? So if we're going to say using baby dragon state, just whatever. If it's equal to just fed, eager wait, waiting further away, or wandering. This is going to be a complete, and this is really going to be, we're never going to use wandering yet. Okay. So if we were just fed, then if we are done moving, if we get here, we are done moving. So turn toward the bowl. Actually, yeah, okay. So dragon, comma, bowl position. Okay. If he's in eager waits, just sit here and do nothing. Eventually, if enough time passes, go to waiting further away. Okay. Does navigate baby dragon, that tells us when we're done, right? So, okay, done. If done, turn toward dragon, bowl position. Okay, I don't think I have that turn toward. I think I searched for it before, and we're going to have to define it. Oh, there's a delta. Okay. Wait, is it, let's check that. Oh yeah, and it goes toward the closest angle and all this stuff? Yeah, okay. We're gonna use that. In fact, we're even gonna use that down here. Okay. So now we're not even going to ever go further away because we don't have this timer yet. Really? I need a semicolon there? Oh, no, I need... Don't even know my own programming language. Dude, so bad. Oh yeah, R is random get mod 4. Okay, so now he's just chilling. He didn't, oh, because we didn't put the markers. I said that I was going to put more markers, and I didn't do it. Let's use a different... All right, so these are going to be eager 1 through 4. Right, so 1, 2, whoop, no, spell it right. Spell it right. Okay. Okay, so now, once that happens, he'll like chill there for a little bit. And then if you don't feed him for a while, he'll kind of go back to his waiting spot down here. And then if you still don't feed him for a while, then he'll eventually leave. How does all that sound? Okay. So. Okay. Well, let's make a wait time. All right. If we're waiting here, all right, we're going to do something, and if that happens, we're going to go to state waiting further away. If is greater than, I don't know, right? Oh. And actually this, yeah, I'm being a little inconsistent around this. Anyway, okay. Baby dragon, further wait time. Then we do something, otherwise we do this. That's something, we're not going to define it yet. Okay. Now, we got to define these constants. We're going to have this be like, I don't know, 6 seconds, and this, I don't know. All right. Okay. So that's all working. So now we want to add an actual wander mode. And it's going to be a little bit tricky because this square is filled in, so you can't just wander between arbitrary squares, because if you try to go from this one to this one through that, you won't be able to go. So you would have to, we'll maybe have to test that eventually, but we won't do it yet. So let's make this, and we're going to have wander points. We're going to get rid of these arrows that we have. He's just going to kind of meander. He's going to go at a slower pace. Right? There's no arrow on there, is there? No. Okay. So we're just going to have some of these. These are going to be colored all different. And these are going to be called Wander. Wander and the Colossus. Wait, did I mess one up there? No. It's going to have favorite spots. So right now I'm sort of avoiding this, and I'm avoiding this. And we could fix that later. Oh, we still never, right, we still never did that hysteresis direction thing anyway. Okay. So there are 7 wander points now. For this one, we're actually just going to append the random number, because why not? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to define some more things. We're going to say num wander points 6, 7. You know what? Screw this. Because we're just going to do this for, +1. We're just going to do the same thing for wander points. All right. So wandering. Maybe we should be counting the wait time down. Anyway. Dragon DT. Okay, pick new wander spot. That's got to be defined. All right, and then if we're picking new wander spot, we're going to say just like this. Except we didn't put a +1. You know what? We're going to be consistent. We're going to rename our eager just so that, yeah. Oh, no. This can't be how it is. Okay. Instead of having a Boolean for pick new wander spot, we're going to say wander spot index, and that's going to be -1 to start. I can just change that because we haven't ever saved this entity with the Boolean, so I'm just changing the type of the thing there, and it's fine. Wander spot index is less than 0. Dragon.wander spot index is this. Okay. So we're going to say name is tprint dragon.wander spot index. Target is that. If target done is this. So we could just copy this line down here, But in reality, there's probably going to be more behavior. Like if I decide to wander to a new spot, I might start playing a different animation or like make a sound. And we're not going to want to duplicate all those things between these two places. So we just do it at the top of the frame here. That has its own peril, but we're not going to worry about it for this thing. It's a relatively more esoteric peril. Okay, this wasn't the only things that I wanted to do though, because I wanted to navigate Baby Dragon wants a duration that's not optional. And Baby Dragon excited duration is going to be O.3. Baby Dragon happy duration is like 5, and bored is like O.8, and then navigate, we always have to tell it. So if there's a gem, then that, you know what, let's get rid of the Baby Dragon prefix. Because we have namespace controls, we're just gonna like coming from C++, you just get in the habit of prefixing the hell out of everything. Okay, excited duration. If we're going to the eager, we'll also go excited duration, right? Here, if we're doing waiting further away, that's going to be happy duration. And down here, this is going to be bored duration. I really screwed something up. That's not a good compiler error to have. Wow, I really screwed. So this is a problem where Friendly Dragon is not compiling, but the compiler is not doing a good job of telling me why, which is due to some other changes that I was in the middle of that aren't done. So now the question is, why? I would guess it's this. Oh, because this is not right. So that file, yeah. See, that file didn't have access to this anymore because I put it in here. And that error message should have told me that. Whoops. But it didn't. All right. Pick new wander spot. That's no longer a thing. Wander spot index. Given U32. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to have to go change our, what was it called? The excited points, because we changed it to be 0. And whoa, that wasn't, he started going over there. Why was he starting bored? He should have been, you're gonna have to look at that. Okay, so this is 4. Eager 4 is gonna be eager 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. He's going pretty fast. And why is he going diagonally? The hell is going, why is he allowing himself to go diagonally? I don't think that's okay. I didn't authorize that. Oh, because we moved toward the target, not toward the position plus the delta. Yeah. That's a mistake. So why is he going so... Is it really... All right. Board time is going to be... Yeah, I guess 0.8 is like a normal... All right. Going to do this. Okay. And then... navigate baby dragon is not going to go toward target. It's going to go dragon. See. Okay. We're just returning we want this. Something like that. That's why he's moving so fast too, because he's covering multiple squares in like one move time. Wait, did I? No, I still didn't change the move. Dragon dot position plus dir. This could break all kinds of things, but that's fine. Oh, now he's moving slow. A little too slow. All right. He's just chilling. If I put a gem in the dish, he gets it. He wants more. He gets it. He wants more. After a while, he'll go chill. Wants more. And then eventually he'll go back to wandering around. Well, no, first he'll go there. Then he'll go back to wandering around. And then, you know, we can add all sorts of like idle animations or play animations or scratch himself or like dig in the dirt. Whatever animations we decide will be good. And we can mess with the turning rate because there's no need for it to be this fast. And all these things. But for now, I think we're done with what I wanted to do here, and we can move on to a different thing. Well, a related but different thing. Oh, you know, if he's in the middle of moving, he doesn't turn around. We can fix that later. Like, yeah. Because you know, as soon as you drop the thing in the dish, he's running toward that dish. It doesn't matter. All right. That's great. Are there any questions about what I was just doing? Because I'm going to make some hot tea. Why not just have him use his tongue to get the gem? Because that's not what we did. It's not what we did. Okay, let me warm up some water while people ask their undoubtedly very intelligent and insightful questions. Can I write tests for this, or is it all manual play testing? Well, you don't write tests for this kind of thing in games. It's just not how it works. Like what test would you write for this that wouldn't be outdated in like less time than it takes you to write the test? What type of tea do you need to become a good programmer? You need every type of tea. You can't just do it on one kind of tea. Why am I querying the markers by name and fixed prefix number instead of tagging the entities with some kind of enum? I mean, you could do that, but then maybe you're adding different... You're talking about adding an integer data field instead of a string data field. The thing is that entities standardly have a string name data field, and we're just using that, right? We're not adding anything new to get this capability to search for various markers. You could add something new, but now your entity data format has a new member in it that's just for this one obscure piece of gameplay code that is not at all performance critical in any way. So I chose not to do that. How do you do type checking? Well, it's pretty complicated. I don't know. When am I going to ban all the chat for never being better? Well, that's kind of what I did when I didn't stream for 3 weeks. It was my way of banning everybody. I think we're going to do some Earl Grey. It'll take me a second to cook it up. Okay. Am I happy with any of the available 3D model formats out there? I don't really know what's out there. We don't use anything like that. I mean, I think they've all been terrible for a long time. So we don't even bother looking. Did I work out why the gargoyle levels slow down when I do the level playbacks? No, not yet. That would be a good thing to do sometime. Do I use default Emacs key bindings? No. Some of them probably are default. Planning anything for VR? Not right now. Because 0 people in the world play VR games, so we can't do that, unfortunately. I mean, dude, I got a Vive Pro. People saw me gaming with it on stream. I even got the wireless adapter for it, and then I've just never plugged it in again. Have I taken a look at some of the games nominated for IGF? Not really. No. Any good recent puzzle game to recommend? I'm not thinking of any. I do know that they just release like an easier version of Snakebird. I haven't actually played that. So I don't know anything about it. I'm not sure that Snakebird being easier would make it better in any way. But, you know, who knows? Is the collision detection grid-based? Yes, it is. When you saw the dragon moving smoothly diagonally, it's because he was not colliding with anything along the path. Did I beat Snakebird? Yeah, I completed it 100%. I'm just waiting for my tea to finish sleeping before I continue programming, because otherwise I will forget. How many lines of code are we at? 110063. Damn. Someone's been adding some code. Will we implement some kind of A star for the dragon? Otherwise, how will you deal with obstacles? I don't think we will, because I don't think that there can be any dynamic obstacles. So we won't bother. Even if we did, I don't think we would do A star, because why bother? Could you see the directory structure? It's just all the source files are like in 1 or 2 folders. It's not like, once again, in the same way that I don't get all obsessed about object hierarchies, because I think it's a way to waste your time and attention, I don't get very obsessed with directory structures. So here's the thing. My files tend to be a lot bigger than other people's files, right? So like if I go to Sokoban, right? That's a 4,000 line file, right? If this was LLVM, that would be 20 different files. But it's not, because I actually care about people understanding the program. So like when you have 1 to 2 order of magnitude fewer files than people who follow these really weird programming paradigms that are not evidence-based, then it's a lot easier to deal with your program. You don't need these weird, crazy structures because you don't have that many files, right? I mean, this isn't going to be 100% of them, but this is most of the files in the game. You know, not counting libraries and stuff. There's a few others, like 6 other files probably. And some of these are even junk files, like ASFD, AS whatever, and all this, right? This is all junk. So it's just like, you know, that's pretty tractable. It's pretty straightforward to look at the names of this small number of things and understand what's going on. Boost libs, you're banned. You're banned for troll question. Boost libs. How many lines of code are added per day? It's very random. I can't give you an estimate. What's the reasoning behind x-axis being used as forward direction? Well, some axis has to be forward direction, okay? And the reason is, so say you're in 2 dimensions, like at school with the xy axis, right? And you're talking about angles, right? What's a 0 degree angle? Well, angles are referenced with respect to the x-axis, right? So 0 degrees, a 0 degree angle is a vector that points along the x-axis, right? 90 degrees points along y, and so forth. So as you add more dimensions, you want your space to remain consistent with the original space, right? That's the simplest thing to do. Otherwise, you know, if you're starting to do computations in 2D and then try to put them in 3D, you have to start changing all your concepts, and it doesn't make any sense. So we're right-handed coordinates everywhere, and x-axis is forward, and yeah, that's the main reason. How extensive is a standard library? I have to keep saying this. Our whole library philosophy is not the same. We don't have such a thing as a standard library, really. There will be libraries that we provide when we give out the compiler, but they're not really standard libraries. There's no such thing. I think it's a bad concept. Have I checked out Baba Is You? Yes. Are there any programming paradigms that are evidence-based? Almost none. almost none. Do I think it's reasonable that the industry still aims for 30, 60 in 2019 or higher for refresh rates? Still too niche. Only console people limit themselves to 60 FPS. Like, and consoles are not where the biggest games are now, mostly. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but like, Fortnite got big on PC, right? Battle Royales are biggest on PC. I think I should actually look up the numbers before saying that. But, you know, all the big streamers and stuff want to play games at 200 FPS, and they're responsible for people knowing about your game. So, you know, it matters still. Will the source for the not standard library be available? Yes, because there's no other format. We don't have, yeah, God. All right. All right. Anyway, would you value a programmer more who has made several small games in high-level engines, or one who spent a long time learning low-level engine stuff but hasn't finished a game? Depends on what I'm hiring that person for. I wouldn't hire the person who hasn't finished a game to lead a project and be responsible for getting the game done. But if that's not what we're looking for, then if we're just looking for programming skill, then I would much rather hire the guy who spent a lot of time learning low-level engine stuff. Yeah. But if I want someone whose job is to like just try to corral people together to get the game done, then I would rather the person who made the games. What do I think of the layoffs in the different gaming studios? They happen all the time. I don't understand why anyone thinks it's interesting. They happen all the time. Every year. Is it normal standard for a video game to always use absolute coordinates? Or is this a special case as opposed to multiple coordinate systems and just doing transformations? You have to be more specific because 3D games use a lot of different coordinate systems actually. So I'm not sure really what you're asking. Like, why did Origin just restart for no reason? That's probably why Apex alt tabs sometimes, because Origin restarts. Like, what were you seeing here that's causing you to ask that question? Because there's a lot of different coordinate systems in play. Is a game design intern? We don't have an intern currently. We probably will have one, but we don't have one right now. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, you'll notice when Baby Dragon moves around, he doesn't animate. He's just like a rigid ice cube Baby Dragon. So we want to at least turn on the code that will try to animate these guys. And I don't know if we have animations available. But you know, like, he's not moving. Not moving. Let me see. Animations. From adult dragon, from baby dragon. This probably should be consistent case. That's a null oh, God. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, so we have animation graphs, so we're just going to try to use them. Um, how I have some function that I call that puts the animation player on. Here we go. Add animation player. Okay, if it's a case friendly dragon, D is down a friendly dragon. If D dot is baby, else why is this a separate one? Add animation to guy. Okay, we're gonna see okay. Let me write down that I want to clean up these because these don't need to be separate anymore. I need a piece of paper. So someday I'm just going to do a stream where I try to collect together all my little to-do list papers because they're all over the place now. And a lot of them have notes that are old, that no longer are relevant. That notebook I don't like. I don't like the paper, so we're not going to use that. Come on. I just want a nice notebook with good paper. This one will do. So we want to clean up, add animation to whoever. Okay, that's fine. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to say not animation, s dot. This looks redundant, but it's actually not, sadly. Okay, if it's a baby, what were they called? From baby dragon, from adult dragon, from baby dragon, from adult dragon. Well, that might be it. I mean, we're not like telling it to walk when it moves and stuff, but whatever. Animation state. Oh yeah, we got to do that. I knew I was forgetting something. And then we're going to need get animation state, right? This is just, we should probably come up with some metaprogram way of doing this. Because we're just getting whatever the right member is off of these different things. This is the closest we come to a component system. It's like, hey, we know all these different things have this thing called animation state. So we might later provide some metaprogramming thing somehow where we give this ability more compactly. I don't know. All right. Who knows what that's going to do? Because I don't know if he's actually made the animations. I'm not sure what the contents of those states files like. Okay. So our animation debug HUD is not drawing anything for that. Okay. Well, here. Okay, so we got to go do things like get animation state, update animation. That's what we need. That's what we need. So we call this manually on each thing. I'm just going to do this for now. This is not very good architecturally or speed-wise, but we're just chilling with that for now. 1368. Really? Who did that? Let's find out. Wait, why don't we have debugging info? What is going on? Oh, like I did this and something. This shell is weird sometimes. I must have had a weird character in there or something. All right, let's try again. We hadn't managed to recompile last time. Is what was. Wait, that wasn't. No, it was LLVM. Okay. Okay. Assert. We're asserting that it's the right type. Get animation state. Oh, I just typoed it. Duh. Obviously. I hope someone on stream caught that. All right, he's still not moving. Let's look at our draw animation HUDs. See what it says. Because it might be that he's in the right animation state and the animation just hasn't been authored yet. Doesn't look that way. And what are these other... Like, what are these other... Oh, those are all for downstairs things. Okay, let's... Okay, we need to improve our animation HUD. So... Let's call out things... Okay. How do we... Should reject entity due to vertical level. Okay. Okay, so now we should see a lot less of the spurious little nubbins on the screen. Many fewer, that is. Okay, so now we see one for the rock, one for the little creature, and one for me, and the one for me actually has text. So the question is the little creature like not animating? Or what? Okay, it looks like he's got some... I mean, maybe... I don't see any errors. So... It's supposed to be going into state default. I think we're just never playing any animations. We're just gonna step into that. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to here. Go there. We're just going to see what happens when we do that. Do we have an animation player? Yes, okay. Going into the animation graph. Okay, it's never going into state default. Who does that? Hey, look, he's moving his tail. It's a very sophisticated tail wagging animation. Okay. So we will want to, baby dragon doesn't die or go inactive, really. I mean, we could. Okay. When we navigate the baby dragon, we will say go state active, and when we go to waiting further away, we'll do that. That'll be like inactive, just so that we use that animation. Not it, dragon. Dragon. All right. Boop. Chomp. Wow, okay. We shouldn't spam the state inactive, because we're just flooding it with animations. Look at that. Okay. Shouldn't do that. I could add another state variable. I don't think that done is working right. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's like I kind of don't want to add another variable on the guy. All right. Okay. So we do that. And then that. Oh, he's in inactive. But it's still active idle. Yeah. Now we're looking up animations that don't really exist. Yeah, oh, it just all says active idle. So there's only one animation, but we are switching the states. Okay. How about this guy? State inactive. So for this guy, we'll just put him in inactive for now if you drop him like that. Yeah. Okay. So for this guy, toggle friendly dragon. If staying, we're going to go to inactive. Otherwise, whoops. We go state active, and that's probably going to have to be tremendously embellished later, but it is what it is. He's inactive. Now he's active. Now he's inactive. Okay, well, that's... If it had taken me the whole day to do this, I would have still been happy. As it stands, this is done. So I'm going to check it in, and then I think it might be time to go get some food and things. And then we'll come back and we'll do maybe some water programming kind of stuff. You know? Commit friendly dragons animate now. And then I'll go to the bug thing. It's my last remaining issue. Resolve animation is hooked up. I didn't get particular yet with what messages get sent when, because we should actually define what this looks like for high quality behavior. behavioral interaction with these characters. For now, they just go active versus idle. It'll be easy to look up move as a first step, but I haven't done that yet. Since they weren't animations, so it would just generate more errors. Okay. So there we go. I'm now at 0 issues in the bug tracker. Should replace the water in the game with tea. That's a great idea. If I tried the Quake style in Commander, no. Yeah, so that only took 2 hours to do all those things that we did. What did we do? We took all of the behavior for the baby dragon out of the rover and factored it into the friendly dragon, which is who that actually is fictionally. We changed the markup in the level. We changed the behavior of the baby dragon, the way it moves and decides to go eat gems. We made a state machine for that, and we made it go do those things, which is, again, something that we'll elaborate on later, but, you know, it's there. And then we hooked up the animations. That's a lot for 2 hours, honestly. Like I said, if it took a whole damn day, I'd be like, all right, that's how long that took. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a break, and then we'll come back. Come on back now, you hear? So what we'll do on the next, whoop, I just reloaded the wrong page. What we'll do on the next stream later today is we're going to go back to this level called Flow. And these little cyan rectangle wave fronts that are happening, we're going to want to do something more sophisticated with those that involves making some case-specific particles. And then once that's done, I mean, not today, but eventually we'll figure out how to actually hook it up to the new water shader in order to make things work. Oh, look, Eric fixed the wrapping. Yesterday, there was a bug where wrapping was not working correctly, and now it almost is working correctly, which is fine. It's good enough. Like, as long as it doesn't break gameplay right now, I'm cool with it. Yeah. This isn't the real water. Don't say water is looking nice. This isn't what it's going to look like. Not at all. I mean, I'm glad you think so, but it's not what it's going to look like. Yep. All right. Thanks everybody for coming by, and we'll do another stream in a bit. Thanks for coming by. No raid right now because you can't do it every time. See ya a little bit later.